And really the box and the ram and setting up the ram and the hoses are all kind of the longest, hardest part, right? Like how long does it take you to pull out of here?
That's what she said.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I pull out quick. So.
What's up, Brite Nation?
Cheers, guys.
So recently in a video, I introduced you to my brand new, well, new to me, buggy. Now before I tell you why it's on a lift though, I want to introduce you one more time to my side chick, which is what we're naming it, side chick.
Because it's Brittany's.
What? Anyways, shout out to Stephen Featherly for the inspiration on the name. This is gonna be freaking awesome, but it is on a lift for a very good reason today. Now, when we did introduce you to the buggy, I told you there's one thing I absolutely hated about it, and that was that it rode like utter shit. Well, I told you we had a fix for it, and that fix is finally here. Don't ruin the surprise, Kevin! Okay, so these are Bilstein's B8 8125 series coilovers. These are 46 millimeters in diameter and 16 inches long, which is the same as the ones that are currently on there. But the reason why we're swapping to the Bilsteins, in addition to the fact that they are obviously a well-proven brand on the Ultra 4 car and the Stepchild, which we beat the ever-living piss out of, these are also just honestly as special. A, it's Bilstein, which means that you know it goes through the same OE testing as all of their other shocks. So it's OE quality, it's made in the USA, and it means that we're gonna have the tuning support that we need to make sure that these are valved properly for a vehicle that is this lightweight, which means it's gonna be way more comfortable now than it was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, these are right off the shelf, so these are not valved for this kind of buggy.
Lightweight of a rig for sure. So
Right.
we're gonna have to get that adjusted, but this is gonna make a massive difference on this buggy.
Now, people are always asking us, well, hey, I'm out in San Hollow. What do I do if I break down or I need some help on a rig? I need something worked on. Well, this is where we're at right now, and this is Roadrunner. What are you? Roadrunner muffler and auto repair. So you wouldn't think.
You had to look at his shirt.
Well, because I wanted to say,
remember?
well,
He's like,
I was
"Thanks,
auto repair
guy."
and muffler. So you wouldn't think. I mean, when we were introduced to them.
Whoa, wait, what?
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the Roadrunner muffler, not him.
Okay, Roadrunner muffler.
Yeah, I was
You
because
wouldn't,
I was.
you wouldn't know we do this stuff.
Right.
We really do.
That's the whole thing is
Yeah.
that I was asking about bead locks and we needed to get a bunch of stuff done. And they're like, hey, talk to Logan. He's over at Roadrunner. And I'm like, Roadrunner muffler and auto repair? Like,
You don't
what?
need a muffler done, yeah.
And so I message him and he's like, yeah, dude, we have buggies. He does competition.
They do, look.
You do
they got all
comp rock
sorts of
crawling,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, super
Yeah.
crawl, we rock, all that.
Yeah, so he does all that kind of stuff. So this is like their day shop, and then at night
At night,
it
comes
becomes
alive.
buggy stuff. So if you have a Jeep or you got a Toyota or you got a buggy or anything, and you break out in Sand Mountain or you're out here and you need tires mounted, B-locks,
We do it.
They literally do it all. Or a muffler. They've already put a cat
They
on
actually
this.
did. We put a muffler on this a few days ago to make it not as freaking loud.
A lot quieter. 'cause
A lot quieter.
It was
pretty loud.
It was pretty booming.
Really
so anyway, you can look these guys up. You can look up Logan on Facebook.
Facebook. I don't know if we have an Instagram right now, but Facebook. So
Facebook.
Roadrunner Muffler and Auto.
Yeah,
Sweet.
or Google. Let's
Whatever.
whatever.
You know,
But what's this considered? Is this Leverkin or
Laverkin, Utah.
Laverkin.
which
Okay,
is literally
is next to
it's
Herkin.
5 minutes away. So these guys can help you out.
And they are helping us tonight
Yes.
with swapping out all of our
Old
Coilovers.
old to the new.
old to the new. So we're literally taking apart what was originally on it because we do need to reuse the springs. We were gonna get new springs, but didn't have the time. So we're just gonna reuse the actual springs that were on the old coilovers and swap everything over to the Bilstein. Now, of course, one of the perks of buying a used rig, and not just any used rig, but specifically a used buggy, means that when you're installing stuff and taking stuff off, you kind of find things that you don't like very much and you want to change.
Don't touch that.
As Poet, stop it!
It'll need to be shaped.
All right, so what we found when changing out the coilovers was the rear had misalignment spacers, and if you look, these are spacers, that's fine, except generally they have a shoulder on them that sit inside of the mounting surface.
To keep it
so
centered
it
and everything.
allows it to rotate and move and everything. So as you see these sitting here like this. Well, these that were in here don't have that shoulder, so yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Plus, as this moves and rotates, you can see how little it has to do that versus yeah, this one that actually sits in there and shoulders inside there. So
what we did is we actually went in here and we cut this so that we can make it a little wider so we can use the proper.
see, this is
That's not
well, see, that doesn't fit, but now the new ones.
fit at the top. We're gonna straighten that one out right there just a little bit, and then it'll mount perfectly.
This is just a more proper way of doing it, is actually having these shoulders that sit inside like so.
Now, not only are we doing all of this in preparation for Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, Utah, which, by the way, if you are going, you can come say hi to us at the Bill Stein booth at the Dixie 4-Wheel Drive Vendor Show on Tuesday and Wednesday from 12 to 3, which is March 30th and 31st, I believe. So definitely come say hi. We'll have Jelly with us. But anyways, we're also doing this in preparation of an entire season of off-roading events, not just on the West Coast, but the East Coast as well. And again, in the spirit of preparation, obviously, the stepchild's gonna get a little TLC as well. Now, in a recent video, we might have explained to you guys how the power steering pump on this thing was going out again. So for those of you that don't know, we're running just a factory Hemi power steering pump, and we have been for a while, minus the fact that this is our third one.
Yeah, our third one, but we are running a PSC box, like steering box, and a PSC ram, but with the stock
Steering
Hemi
pump.
which keeps failing on us. So time to add a reservoir.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. All right, so we're gonna add the reservoir, but we're also adding a PSC pump. It comes with a sweet pulley that we have to press onto here. But no, I've been wanting to run a whole PSC system for a long time with how much we wheel, sticky tires, big 40s, all the traction that we have out here in Sand Hollow. We're going to Moab. You really need to be able to steer. And the crazy things that I do when I get hung up on stupid stuff, right now I have to go into neutral and hit the gas to try to get enough fluid.
You can hear it whirring really badly on the
Yeah,
last
it's
trail
bad.
videos.
Now PSC is known hands down to have the top of the line, best setup for a Jeep or any off-road vehicle really. And now we'll have their full system: the pump, the reservoir, the box that's already on there, and the ram that's already on there. So we should have all the steering for days. So now the new pump, we do have to press on the pulley that they send to us, and there's also these spacers. These are their mounting. We don't know. We haven't done this, and there's no real instructions. But this coincides with the bolts for the pump, and they do send you 2 bolts, and these 2 bolts fit through here. So
And we're trying not to jinx ourselves, but we're thinking
that just does that, goes through that,
that
and
this, once we get this pressed on, it'll essentially be all bolt on.
well, there's not a whole
Hopefully.
ton of stuff here, so it doesn't seem very difficult. And really, the box and the ram and setting up the ram and the hoses are all kind of the longest, hardest part, right? Like, how long does it take you to pull out of here?
That's what she said.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I pull out quick. So.
So as you can see, we had to make a bracket. They had to make a bracket here at the shop to hold the overflow reservoir. One thing I'd recommend is going down to your Ram, cracking open the lines and turning the wheels back and forth to get as much of the old fluid out. You could disassemble everything, clean it all out, run all new hoses, but
Nobody got time for
I don't have time for that. So we cracked those open, turn the wheels back and forth, so now the system is basically empty.
Mostly.
And AC Delco. So AC Delco or Swepco is what pretty much any of the high-performance aftermarket steering companies recommend because of its like aeration or anti-aeration properties. So that's what we're gonna use. Thank you, GM.
What? All right, you guys, so I got to give a shout out to Logan and Holt with Roadrunner, Muffler, and Auto for helping us knock everything out. You guys freaking rock. Thank you for kicking all your other customers out to help us out. Anyways, we got the PSC pump now in the stepchild. We also have the 16-inch Bilstein coilovers installed on the buggy, and we are essentially ready to go, which means Moab is our next stop for Easter Jeep Safari, which is going to be interesting because not only do we have the stepchild to bring with us and my side chick over there to bring with us, but also the Ultra 4 car, which means that we'll be loading up the Ultra 4 car and the buggy on the trailer, which Kevin will be towing with the truck, which means that I get to drive the stepchild all the way to Moab from southern Utah, which is gonna be fantastic. But before we close out the video, which by the way, look how, boom, right? Look how cool that looks. Anyways, before we close out though, I do have one more surprise for you guys. Surprise!
Lite Brite Nation.
Lite Brite Nation. This actually isn't the surprise, although Layla is pretty adorable, so we had to
Surprise
include her
number
in the
one.
video.
There's another surprise
There's
coming in
another
there.
surprise.
Surprise!
So, for those of you that don't know, this is Sarah Haro, and she actually competed with me on Hyperdrive on Netflix. Now, she's really big in the drifting community, but she's never really been into the off-roading scene in any way, shape, or form. So, as you can see, we are loaded up with the buggy, the Ultra 4 car, and the stepchild, which she's driving for us. And we're gonna take her with us to Eastern Jeep Safari.
Yeah, bringing her to Moab for her very first off-roading time. So she's driving the stepchild right now across Utah for us while we're trailering the other rigs.
That's the only reason we flew her out, was to drive a rig.
Yeah, we fly her out to Florida. Can you drive the Jeep 5 hours for us?
But guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch at litebritstudios.com, all your Lite Brite Nation decals at pixeldecals.com.
Don't forget, this Tuesday and Wednesday, the 30th and 31st, will be at Dixie 4-Wheel Drive in Moab at the Bilstein booth from noon to 3.
Yes, guys, we love you so much, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.
Bye! What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
Cheers.
That's not how we intro our videos. Dude, you guys, that was great.
She was like, wait, yeah, cheers.
That totally threw me for a loop. One more time. Okay.
Like,
Ready?
sure.
What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
Cheers, guys.
You have to say what's up, Lite Brite Nation.
No, it's just cheers. That's it. Keep going. Keep talking. I'm not doing it again.
Wait, come here. Come here. You
Are
don't have
really
to say
doing
it.
it
I'll
again?
keep going this time. I thought you were going to say it this time, and you didn't say it this time, and it threw me again.
So you have
Okay.
to go with?
So recently in a video, I introduced you to the... Okay, now one more time. We'll be able to get the tuning support. Wait, let's try that again. They're all staring at me. They all looked up. All right.
Wow,
Yeah, just I don't know what to do with my hands.
Good boy.
Why are you so close to my face? We've kind of gone through a few.
Didn't go to the gym.
I
Let
don't
me
know
do
what
some
to do with
push-ups.
my hands.
I don't know what to do.
What do I do with
I
my
put them in my
hands?
pockets.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
We also have the new Bilstein shocks on the buggy, and
Coilovers.
we are basic. Oh, and the new Bilstein shocks on the.
Coilovers.
I said it twice. That looks so bad.
Man, you should have seen it when I did it.
I could
go like this and it'd squirt across the
Ew.
This is really cool.
Layla.